Hi, welcome to Scott's Inverts. I'm Scott. These are the inverts, although we have a tank missing here. We have got a double pairing for you guys today. We are going to pair up the c.versicolor, one of the horned baboons, absolutely stunningly beautiful spider, and then following that we're going to pair up the c.versicolor. You already know how beautiful those guys look. Anyway, let's get in to today's video. So up on screen is our Marshalli mature male. We got this one for a tenner from C's. Actually done a couple of sperm webs in his little enclosure, and he shoots straight into the female's enclosure and goes and sits in the corner. That hide is where the female is, and off camera he flew in there like, I don't know what, so quick, and I was like, no, he is dead, man. He flew back out again, and I hope you can give me some appreciation to not being able to catch that part on camera, because I absolutely panicked. But they got into this position and they had about a 3-4 minute standoff. So he's kind of there, she's there, he's thinking, are we good to go? And she's obviously like giving it the old yes, but he's still very dubious to whether to go forward or not, because he does not want to get eaten. As you can imagine, females do eat the males very readily and very easily, but she moves forward and then he's like, oh yeah, here we go. So a little touch of legs there to get things off and going. And look, she lifts her legs up, not to threaten him, but to say, look, come and get your hooks, hold my legs up and do your thing. And without any encouragement, off he goes. But just look at this. This is just one of the most magical parts of keeping spiders in this hobby, is if you can get an adult female and a mature male, putting them together, seeing them do their thing like this, and then fingers crossed we get the egg sac and the slings. I can tell you from personal experience that whole process is just so magical. But I've kind of give you a different angle on this part just so you can see what he's doing, and if she wanted to now she could absolutely crush him, and I don't think he would stand a chance. Luckily it's not happened yet, or so far with this pairing anyway. I think he's already got one insertion in at this point, but I don't know if you noticed then his legs just wrapped around her as if to kind of pull her waist closer to him. And that, my friends, boom, is a pairing success. So he's done a couple of insertions there, but he's a little bit dubious of what to do here. So literally she retreats and so does he. So that must have been a successful one. I am going to put him back in with her several more times yet, just to make sure. But she pops out, he's there. Both of them are absolutely stunning. So that was the pairing with the Marshallis. Looked very successful to me. It looked like the male has inserted several times before doing the old disappearing act. So now we're going to go and check out the stunningly beautiful c.versicolors. And for the second pairing we have the c.versicolor female, who's come out. She is just there and looking absolutely beautiful. So introducing the male, you think he would be able to see her, but it shows how poor their eyesight is, I think, because he sensed her hormones, because underneath that little log there, that's where all her webbing is, and that's where he starts tapping. So I think she's laid the odd pheromone line down there underneath that log, and that's what he's been attracted to, as opposed to actually seeing her and recognising her being a female. I don't think he actually knew that was the female right there, but he starts tapping. I turn the phone sideways so we could get a better look, and just look at him tapping and tapping away. This female here come from Spar Spiders. The female's kind of having a wander around, thinking I can hear you but I don't know where you are. She actually just ends up coming across the top of that log just there, look. And the male, he's still kind of trying to work out where she is, what she's up to. Just absolutely, I mean, both of these are just absolutely stunning. He goes up to get himself some, and she actually goes back into her webbing, and I'm thinking, oh no, she must be in that part of the molt process where she's not ready. But the male carries on to drum, tap him back. Look, little taps from him, absolutely brilliant. So he is absolutely ready and loaded, hence he's tapping and doing what he should be doing. So fingers crossed that female pops me. Oh my god, he is absolutely beautiful. So fingers crossed that female comes back out as she has at the moment. So whether she's just curious to see what's going on or whether she actually wants to pair, we'll find out in just a couple of seconds. But again, he is absolutely beautiful. Just look at the carapace and the red hairs, the red setae across his abdomen and the hairs going down his legs. The same with the female, just she's a little bit bigger and has those pink toes. Again, just absolutely stunning spiders. If you haven't got a Carabiner versicolor, I highly suggest you get one. They're only finicky as slings. Once you get kind of into the large sling, juvenile and adult, subadults, they're pretty easy to keep. But again, the female, I don't know why she felt those vibrations on her log and decided to walk across the glass, but in the end she come back and this is what happened. He is literally drumming like a drummer and she is very receptive, and again those legs are wrapping around each other's legs. And I'm kind of looking and I'm watching her legs really carefully, because even though the Carabiner versicolors are quite a slower, docile species, generally speaking, they can be quite fast when they want to be, they do tend to eat the males. So I was a little bit kind of cautious, if you like, or a little bit worried at this point, because how they are, I was looking and I thought if she wants to, all she has to do is literally move forward and he would be an absolute goner. But again, I'll try coming in with a camera, try and get some shots of the actual insertions themselves, but just due to the position of the spiders, it's just really difficult, so I might not get any. He's only got the one hook on the one leg at the moment as well, which is really interesting. It's interesting because you'd think he'd get them both in to feel secure to then want to go on to do his job. Again, look, he puts the female around what would be her waist, just like we saw with the Marshallis. And again, I think that's because he pulls her forward and up when he goes to the insertion, maybe, or maybe he's just somewhere to put his legs. Let me know what you think in the comments. But again, just another beautiful species doing exactly what they would in the wild, letting me kind of be a voyeur, if you like, letting me watch and document what's going on. Fingers crossed we get an egg sac from these and then slings as well. Wouldn't that be magical? Especially when you've got the two spiders right in front of you doing their thing. I mean, we bought her from Creatures from the North as a paired female, and this is a look. I think that was at the Barnsley show last year, and we paid over the odds, but unfortunately she molted. So we're going to try again now. We're going to pair her, well, obviously pairing her now, and then fingers crossed this time we'll actually get the egg sac. But just look how beautiful this is. Even when they're in this position, both of these spiders look absolutely stunningly beautiful. And they do kind of, well, he taps and she's receptive for a good few minutes before they actually separate. Water bowl in there, the substrate's nice and damp as well as having that moss on the ground. I don't overly worry about the humidity with versicolors like a lot of us do. I kind of just spray her, keep that water dish topped up. I've got another water dish down the bottom, which is a bigger one, a deeper one, and I make sure that's always full. And what that does is helps with that humidity, especially in an Exoterra with a mesh lid. I'm just putting the forceps here because he's finished and I want her not to munch him, so I've just put the handle of the forceps on her leg just to move him back up again, or move her back up, and it worked pretty well. I was like, couldn't believe it. Whoa! Carabiner versicolor successfully paired, the Marshalli successfully paired, and fingers crossed in the future we get some egg sacs and hopefully get some slings following on from that. I am really enjoying pairing the spiders at the moment. We've got Hattie, which is potentially gravid, although the male kind of spent probably about 24 hours with the female before he passed away. He was quite old when I got him. But we have a second Hattie male that's gone in with her, and she has not come out or anything, and he's been in there for quite a long time. So I'm going to pull him out because I think she's either molting or laying an egg sac, one of the two. We have the Gerensis M2 mature male coming pretty soon, again from a source that you all know. I'm looking forward to pairing her. She is absolutely stunning. It's one of those dream species that I wanted in the collection, managed to get one, and hopefully now we can breed and get an egg sac and get some more slings out to you guys. The Amazonius Germani slings, they are with me now. On the next, it's either going to be Monday's or Thursday's next week video, or we'll show you guys more in depth with those and exactly how many we've got. But they are absolutely beautiful, beautiful slings. Today I've just found Simulpaeus Amernia on an egg sac. I've got a little plan for those which will help support somebody that supports the channel, as well as getting some spiders out free to you guys as well. So just bear with me while I kind of concoct in the mind how to do that and all the rest of it. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know downstairs how your week's going, how you've been, what new spiders you've got in your collection. Maybe you've put an order in and you want to tell me all about that downstairs. Let me know. Let me know if channel members, if you're using that discount code over at Spar Spiders, and everybody else also let me know if you're using Scott's Inverts as a code over at the Spider Shop to get yourselves a 5% discount there as well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and as always, we shall see you again on the next one.